Now for the 3 cusp pattern, we have done the same cuttings that we did on the 2 cusps. So buccally we are getting a sort of ridge by making a mesial slope and a distal slope on the buccal together ridge. We are getting a mesial slope and a mesial slope and a distal slope on the slope of the cusp also. That was the first step that we did, and we have also reduced the lingual cusp a little as compared to the buccal cusp, keeping a line of reference at the center. Now here what we have to do is, we know that the outline is squarish and that we have 2 cusps on the lingual side. So here we know that the distal lingual cusp is the smaller of the 2 on the lingual side. So this will be a line of reference. We have a Y-shaped pattern in this cusp. So from here you should have a sort of a Y pattern. So roughly draw a Y pattern for a reference. And you will know that this is supposed to be the smaller distal lingual, this is the larger mesolingual. Now keeping my lacrons on the surface, carve a two plane reduction for the mesolingual cusp. So keeping space for the marginal ridge, go inwards. So here we have a 2 plane reduction for the mesolingual cusp. Similarly for the distal lingual cusp, this line of reference is the groove, the lingual groove that goes between the 2 cusps. So keeping that as a line of reference, a mesial slope and a distal slope. So keeping space for the marginal ridge. Similarly, I will highlight this buccal cusp, giving it a mesial slope and a distal slope. So getting it a little more prominent. Now the outline, this outline here is going to be squarish. So at the same time I'm going to converge it slightly, both mesially and distally, slightly converging it to the lingual. Now gradually reduce the size of the cusp. So the mesodistal dimension, I'm reducing it a little. Now the sharp angles on the buccal surface, I'll smoothen it. Smoothen the surface. Just smoothen it all the way from cervical to the cusp tips, maintaining the slopes on either side. Round off the angles, smoothen it throughout. Now once I've done this, on the lingual side, I need the cusp to go in such a pattern. So what happens is, I'm going to extend the tip of the mesolingual cusp onto the lingual surface, the tip of the distal lingual cusp on the lingual surface, now, as well as the lingual groove. So I have all these points marked out here. Now from the middle third, I'm going to take the tip of the cusp inwards slightly in 2 planes, keeping the line of reference here. This is the groove for the lingual groove. So I'm going to take this in slightly inside, so that there is a ridge created here. And when I look at the occlusal surface, the shape is coming as it's moving inwards. Similarly for the distal lingual cusp on either side, taking it slightly inwards. Just smoothen with the lacrons all around, all the sharp angles. Don't remove too much, just make the surface smooth. So with this we sort of get the outline. We get the outline. Now we have to further remove all the loose wax and get that Y-shaped pattern. Now for the Y-shaped pattern, there is a fossa on either side, a mesial and a distal triangular fossa. So here on the distal side, keeping the lacrons onto the buccal cusp, just take it all the way around and get the distal fossa. Distal marginal ridge is at a lower level, while as mesially here at this corner, slightly buccal as compared to the rest of the carvings. Highlight the slopes again of each cusp. Make sure you remove all the loose wax. So I'm just brushing the surface slightly, trying to remove all loose wax. Don't polish it too much with a muslin cloth. Use your lacrons, remove all the loose wax, just blow it with a chip blower. So now this is the Y-shaped pattern that we can see with two triangular fossas on either side. The mesolingual cusp is larger than the distolingual cusp, and this is the largest cusp, which is the buccal cusp. Now when we look from mesial, we see that the buccal cusp has come in, so it will be in line with the long axis, and here you will get a lingual overhanging. So once we carve the root, we will create that lingual overhanging effect even more prominent by removing from the cervical like this. So this root carving is similar to what we did in the H pattern. So you can follow the same pattern and then get the lingual overhanging more prominent. So this is the H pattern.